Hey, it's Muhsinah, and you're chilling with thisisrealmusic.com.
Quiet mood of baby sleeping beside you. The air is moving, you think you're the only one.
Alright, this is Travis Larry with thisisrealmusic.com. I'm here with Muhsinah for our next installment of Who Is. So we're just going to get right into it. Muhsinah, where are you from, first of all?
I'm DC, born and raised. Have family in Philly and other places, but primarily.
What part of DC?
Northeast.
Northeast?
Yeah, close to Catholic University.
So who are some of the artists that you kind of really check for in that kind of DC community that you align with in that sense?
Bilal Salam, Kev Brown, Odyssey, Roddy Rod, Wayna, W. Ellington Felton. You know, they just go, you know, the numbers just keep going, and we're all friends. Like, that's why it's so cool, because, you know, you can make music with people, but being their friend, it just takes it like
to another level. It's a different type of chemistry y'all got.
Yeah.
Okay. And so where do you think? Because your music, I mean, to say the least, is very kind of left of center. It's not, you know, traditional. You know, I hate the term like neo soul or hip hop or whatever. So where do you think that, you know, your brand of music kind of fits in within that whole Washington D.C. kind of scene?
Well, I think that D.C. is such a, like, you never know what you're gonna find. Like, you know, like all the artists that I named, I never knew. You know, like before a few years ago, I never knew that they even existed. Right. You know what I mean? And it's just, DC is very, very full of surprises. So I think that to say that I kind of fit in the scene, it's kind of like, you know, we all kind of have our thing that we do. Right. And when we all come together, that's what makes it cool. But, you know, as far as me fitting in, I don't really know if I do or not. You know, it's not really a traditional sound or like something that people are used to. So to kind of say that I fit in, I don't know if I can say that.
You'll find it's all within you. Just let it come. Do with you forever young. But always growing love.
So, as far as, you know, your studio kind of time there, compare what you do in the studio with these types of artists or by yourself with what your live show kind of really is all about, and what are kind of the similarities or differences or whatever.
Yeah. Well, the thing with me is that since I do most of the things that I do, since I do them alone, it's like, you know, it takes more time than to just create something with a bunch of people, you know, like a band or, you know, a group on stage. So it's like, you know, in the studio, it's like, you know, things take a little bit more time, the layering and recording things one after another. And then live, to translate it, I have to either bring what I did in the studio to the show, meaning like, you know, some beats or
drum machines.
Yeah, exactly. To recreate it, or have a band. And it just depends on where, you know, like where we are. So, you know, if I have access to musicians, then sure, I'll use a band, you know. If not, then usually it's myself with a laptop and an MPC or a MIDI controller and a drummer, and we just...
So it's just a two-man show? Are you a musician or?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I started playing piano when I was 11. Okay. And I played classical music and, you know, did competitions and like.
So so you're formally trained.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Okay. You said you went to Howard, right? So Were you in like a fine arts program there, or
Yeah,
did you
I
do
was in the
something?
music program. I was a jazz major. Yeah, jazz piano.
Jazz
I really didn't start singing until like right before I graduated from college.
How influential would you say the avant-garde jazz thing is in creating a sound as unique as yours?
I think it plays a good part. I won't say a big part because I listen to a lot of other kinds of music and I sample a lot of other kinds of music. So it's like saying that avant-garde jazz, you know, is a big part. I don't think I could say that, but I could say that, you know, I definitely love classical music and the elements, you know, and the way that I sing. I like to emulate strings. I know it sounds like, you know, weird, but
Yeah.
I love, you know, instrumental lines and like melodies and things like that. And if I can, you know, make my voice sound like a violin or you know, an oboe or something, like I really.
So
so
that's the approach that you take when
Yeah,
you're kind
when
of layering your vocals. Or,
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
I like to sound like instruments.
Okay.
Like a
as
lot of
far as
times.
making your voice sound like an instrument, you know, a lot of people compare you to another young phenom, Georgia and Muldrow, right?
Yeah.
Would you say that comparison is valid and that that both can kind of play your vocals kind of similarly, or you know, has she influenced you? Have you influenced her? Kind of what's the kind of relationship between the two of you?
Well, of course, you know, we've both been making music before we heard each other. And, like, it's funny because the comparison is, when I first heard Georgia, I felt like this big, you know, impact. Like wow, like, what you're singing is what I would sing, you know, and what I am singing, you know what I mean? So it's just like, wow, like, it's amazing.
Right.
You know, it really is amazing, and the fact that we're from two different sides of the country, you know, and we make two different kinds of music. You know what I mean? You know, we're totally different artists, and I you know, I admire Georgia.
How would you say that I guess your two approaches or styles are kind of very different? How would you say?
Well, just because I mean, I think music directly reflects the person, you know, and you know, two people are always going to make two different kinds of music, you know, and I think you might have to ask her, you know, like, just because she, you know, she makes what she makes and I make what I make, and I'm so proud of her that she, you know, is so brave to do what her heart and what her ears say, you know, and I could only, you know, hope to do that. You know, I think we should all do that.
Excellent. What role would you say hip hop kind of plays in how it influences you about hip hop and Indie?
Yeah. Well, I'm definitely a big Dilla fan and a big Madlib fan.
Okay, so you're a huge Madlib fan.
Yeah, humongous.
When was it?
I think with Dilla, I can honestly say that he created and brought to the forefront a style of music. You know what I'm saying? Like, he has, you can say, you know, Dilla, like, as if it's a genre. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right. No, I do.
Yeah,
absolutely.
like what kind of music is that? Oh, that's like, you know, like Dilla.
That's Dilla.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like saying jazz or saying.
Yeah, I think that he created his own way of expressing it, and like, I think that influence, there's no way that a person like me could go without that influence. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm not gonna say like the way that Dilla did his drum, like the way Madlib, like it's, I think just the influence of everything that he did with his music, it really sat, you know, well with me. And Madlib, I would say I'm inspired by Madlib just because he do whatever he wants. You know what I mean?
Crazy.
Like, he does whatever he wants, and that's why I'm just like, I'm so supportive of that.
You have Daybreak, and then you have Daybreak 2.0. Now, 2.0 is a proper LP, correct?
CD.
And Daybreak 1.0, I guess, is that an EP or is that?
It's I consider it a full length. It's 10 tracks, and you know, I consider that a full length. But Daybreak has 2 more songs on it. So, and then Prelude has 4 more songs. In Japan, they have 4 more songs. So, you know, we try to mix it up.
Are you too? Well, this has been fantastic. Thanks for getting to know us. Thank you for your time.
I can love and you can too. The days will come for a broken and fruitful. It's made for life, the common life. But who's to say that habitually we'll find some